The first sign of muscle loss after 60 usually does not show up in the mirror. It shows up in a chair. You push down with both hands before you stand. You pause halfway up the stairs. You start avoiding the heavy grocery bag. Maybe you blame your knees. Maybe you blame your balance. Maybe you just call it age. But for a lot of people, something quieter is happening underneath. The muscles in the legs and hips are not getting the signal to rebuild. And the strange part is this: some people are eating protein every day and still missing that signal. Not because protein does not work, because the timing is wrong. The breakfast is too light, the dinner is doing all the work, and the muscles never get the early day trigger they need. Today, we are not doing another Eat This One Miracle Food video. That is not how muscle works. We are looking at the breakfast mistake that can speed up muscle loss after 60, what the research says about protein timing, and the one switch that makes protein matter: resistance. I am not a doctor. This is education, not medical advice. If you have kidney disease, sudden weakness, recent falls, unexplained weight loss, or a medical condition that affects your diet, talk to your clinician before changing your protein intake. The medical word is sarcopenia. It means age-related loss of muscle mass, muscle strength, and physical performance. Not just smaller muscles, not just less tone. The real problem is function. Can you get out of a chair without using your hands? Can you climb stairs without pulling yourself up by the railing? Can you carry groceries from the car without needing to stop? That is the level where muscle loss starts stealing independence. Cleveland Clinic describes sarcopenia as progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. It can make walking and climbing stairs harder, and it raises the risk of falls and fractures. That last part matters because for older adults, a fall is not a small event. It can be the thing that changes everything. A 2025 review estimated that sarcopenia affects roughly 10 to 27% of adults over 60. That is not rare. That is common enough that a lot of people watching this have either felt it already or know someone who has. And here is the hopeful part. Muscle loss is not simply a one-way countdown. Nutrition and the right kind of exercise can slow it down. In some cases, strength and function can improve, but only if the body gets the right signals. That is where breakfast comes in. Most people think of protein as a daily total. Did I eat chicken today? Did I have eggs? Did I get enough grams by dinner? That matters. But after 60, the timing matters too. There is a pattern researchers have pointed out for years. Many adults eat a small carb-heavy breakfast, a moderate lunch, and then load most of their protein at dinner. Breakfast might be toast and coffee, cereal and milk, a banana, a muffin, maybe oatmeal, which can be healthy, but still may not carry much protein unless you build it that way. Then dinner becomes the big protein meal: meat, fish, beans, chicken, whatever it is. The problem is that muscle protein synthesis, the rebuilding process, does not work like a savings account where you can skip the morning and deposit everything at night. A Journal of Nutrition study looked at protein distribution and found that a breakfast with about 30 grams of protein stimulated muscle protein synthesis far better than a low-protein breakfast. The low-protein morning meal missed the signal. This is especially important with age, because older muscles can become less responsive to small protein doses. Researchers call this anabolic resistance. Plain English, the muscles are not ignoring protein, but they need a stronger nudge than they used to. So if breakfast only gives 5 or 10 grams, it may not cross the threshold. You ate something. You were not fasting, but your muscles still did not get much of a rebuild signal. That is the mistake. Not you ate the wrong superfood. Not you forgot the one secret ingredient. The mistake is starting the day with a breakfast your muscles can barely hear. So what does the signal look like? For many older adults, research and guidelines point toward higher protein needs than the old minimum. A recent review described typical targets around 1.00 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for healthy older adults, and often more than 1.2 grams per kilogram for people with sarcopenia or frailty. That is the daily picture. For the meal picture, a practical target many researchers discuss is roughly 25 to 35 grams of high-quality protein at a meal. Not because 30 is magic, it is not. Body size, appetite, kidney health, activity, and medical history all matter. But it gives you a useful question. Did breakfast actually send a muscle signal? Here is what often does not send much of a signal by itself. Plain toast, plain cereal, a pastry, black coffee, fruit alone, or a small bowl of oatmeal with nothing added. Here is what can start to look like a signal. Greek yogurt with nuts or seeds, eggs with cottage cheese or beans, tofu scramble, a breakfast bowl with fish, beans, or lentils, oatmeal upgraded with Greek yogurt, milk, protein-rich toppings, or another real protein source. The exact food is less important than the idea. Breakfast needs enough usable amino acids to tell the muscle, we are rebuilding today. And one amino acid gets talked about a lot here: leucine. Leucine is one of the amino acids that helps trigger the muscle-building pathway. You will see supplement companies turn this into a sales pitch. Be careful with that. The evidence is not, take isolated leucine and everything changes. The better pattern is high-quality protein, enough total protein, and the right exercise signal. Food first, simple first, measurable first. If your breakfast has been coffee and toast for 20 years, you do not need a cabinet full of powders to start. You need to make the first meal loud enough for your muscles to notice. Now for the part most food videos skip. Protein is not enough by itself. Your muscles are not just waiting for groceries. They are waiting for a reason to rebuild. That reason is resistance. A 2024 systematic review and meta-analysis looked at older adults with sarcopenia in the community. Across 7 randomized controlled trials and 1 quasi-experimental study with 854 people aged 60 and above, protein supplementation combined with resistance exercise significantly improved muscle mass and muscle strength. That combination matters. Protein plus resistance, not protein plus sitting all day, not a miracle snack. A signal from food and a signal from movement. Resistance does not have to mean a gym. It can be body weight. It can be a resistance band. It can be a wall push-up. It can be standing from a chair slowly, with control, if that is safe for you. The point is to make the muscle do something it has to adapt to. Think of breakfast as the building material and resistance as the work order. If the building material arrives but no work order is filed, not much gets rebuilt. If the work order is filed but no material arrives, the crew has nothing to use. The body needs both. That is the real story behind breakfast protein after 60. Here is a simple way to test this for 7 days. Not as a cure, not as a promise, as a clean experiment. Day 1, write down your normal breakfast. No judgment, just write it down. Then estimate the protein. You do not need to be perfect. Close is fine. If it is under 15 grams, that is the first clue. For the next 7 mornings, build breakfast around 1 real protein anchor. That could be Greek yogurt, eggs, cottage cheese, tofu, beans, fish, chicken from last night. A protein-rich smoothie if you tolerate it well. Pick the version you will actually eat. Aim for a breakfast that lands closer to 25 to 35 grams, unless your clinician has told you to limit protein. Then add 1 tiny resistance signal 3 times that week. If you are steady and safe, 5 slow chair stands. If that is too much, sit to stand practice with hands on the chair arms. If standing work is not safe, seated knee extensions, resistance band rows, or another movement your clinician or physical therapist has cleared. Do not chase soreness. That is not the goal. The goal is consistency. Food signal in the morning, movement signal during the day. Repeat, and track something practical. Was it easier to get out of the chair? Did the stairs feel different? Did you feel steadier carrying groceries? Did your morning hunger change? Small changes count because muscle loss is not abstract. It is daily life. One safety note: if you have kidney disease, advanced diabetes complications, a recent hospitalization, unexplained weight loss, trouble swallowing, or a medical plan that limits protein, do not copy a YouTube breakfast target. Talk to your clinician first. And if you have sudden, one-sided weakness, new trouble walking, chest pain, or a fall with injury, that is not a nutrition problem to solve at breakfast. Get medical help. The mistake is not that breakfast has to be huge. The mistake is that breakfast often sends no muscle signal at all. After 60, that matters. Because the goal is not a bigger bicep in the mirror. The goal is standing up, climbing stairs, carrying the bag, keeping balance, and staying independent as long as possible. So, tomorrow morning, look at your breakfast and ask one question. Would my muscles know I am trying to keep them? If the answer is no, start there. In the last video, we looked at Japanese fermented foods and inflammation. That connects to the gut side of aging. This one connects to the strength side. Both point to the same bigger idea. The small daily choices are not small when they happen every day. If you want, leave a comment with your usual breakfast. I read every one, and it helps me decide which senior health topic to break down next. And if weak legs, balance, or getting out of a chair is something you want me to go deeper on, that may be the next video. I will see you in the next one.